How's it going, guys? I'm Josh Kennedy. I'm going to draw you guys a nice pretty picture on the whiteboard, and you tell me the first thing you think of.
Mickey Mouse.
Exactly, that's Mickey Mouse. I drew 3 circles on the board and you knew exactly what I was talking about. That's the power of the Disney brand. Now, the Disney brand was started in 1923, but the owner and CFO and all that fancy stuff was Mr. Walt Disney. He was born December 1st of 1901, and he's considered to be an American visionary. Just because of his ideas and his innovativeness, he's a good guy. Here are the Disney characters. I consider these to be the original 4. There's obviously thousands and thousands of characters now because Disney's been around for about a century. But here are the main 4. You got Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy. I'm missing a couple. You got Pluto, you got Daisy Duck. But I'm going to leave those guys out because these are the important ones, and they're the original. Now, Disney's company, it's a huge conglomerate, and it specializes in a variety of fields. You got movies, you got TV networks, you got theme parks, and you got merchandising. Now, let's think about movies by themselves. They have like a bunch of different sections. You got, Marvel. They own the Marvel Universe, the thing everyone's running to the theaters to go check out. And then they got Star Wars, which just broke like so many records just in this last movie. And then you got the whole animated universe. You got Lion King, Tarzan, Frozen, all these guys, they're the same company. This company has got so much money coming in. And then it's got the TV network. Now let's think about the TV network. Most people in this room, they were born around the 90s, growing up watching these TV shows. You got home from class and you're like, I'm gonna watch some Lizzie McGuire and eat some yogurt, like Go-Gurt, eat some Go-Gurt. Then you got the theme parks. The theme parks would be, Disneyland in California, Disney World in Florida, Disneyland Paris in Paris. You got one in Hong Kong. You got one in Tokyo. You got a bunch of theme parks, and people go here for their vacations. They spend thousands of dollars sometimes, depending on how many kids they have, to go visit their kids' idols. You got people dressed up as Goofy. You got people dressed up as Peter Pan. You got all these things, and these are what the kids idolize. They want to meet these people, and that's what I think makes Disney so profitable, because they're so family oriented. Now, we got a whole nother section, merchandising. This one is a little bit more selfish, if you ask me, but you got to make money. You got to make money. They got hats, they got clothing, they got DVDs, they got toys, they got all this different stuff. All that money's going into Disney. Now, employment. Because of the size, it has a huge variety of jobs, like acting. If you think about it, Chris Hemsworth from Thor, he works for Disney. And then Disney also owns the rights to Darth Vader. It's all over the map, and it's still doing fantastic. Now, merchandising, like I said, you got people, selling the merchandise in the theme parks. They gotta act friendly, they gotta be nice to everyone, make sure everyone gets what they want. Then you got customer service, which goes along with merchandising. But I take it a step further. You got those guys that work in the theme park that are dressed as Goofy and Peter Pan like I was talking about, and they have to be in a good mood all the time. I have personal experience working in an amusement park, and I'm here to tell you it's not that much fun. You gotta pretend you're happy all the time, even if it's 95 degrees and you're sweating through all your clothes. I can't imagine what these guys are going through dressed as Pluto and hugging on a bunch of kids. That's some dedication, and only Disney can have that kind of dedication, just because, people have been growing up with it. And then, like I said, you got animation. The animators, they'll sit there on their computers. You got a bunch of different fields. You got all these guys who are employed to make the Disney brand better. Now, Disney as a whole, it goes hand in hand with most people's childhood. Like, in case you don't remember, you have the TV network, or you have Zack and Cody, or Raven Simone, or Lizzie McGuire drawing these cute things in the corner with their magic wand. Everyone kind of associates that with their childhood. Now, one more thing I need to cover is Disney makes dreams come true. I know that sounds super corny, because that's just a really lame thing to say about a company, but really think about it. They have a huge presence in the Make-A-Wish Foundation, being there for kids who survived cancer and having their families come and visit. Like, that's like focusing on the important things. That's why they're so profitable, because they care about families. Now, in 2015, the revenue went up 9% from 2014. They made $13.4 billion just last year. And then here is a picture of the Disney stock in the last 5 years. As you can see, it's had a steady incline, a couple divots here and there. But if I had to predict where they're going straight up. They've got so many movies on the slate, it's going to be awesome. They got all these Marvel movies, new Star Wars movies. They're going to be making a lot of money. Now, would I advise working for Disney? I'd like to ask you, why wouldn't you want to work with Disney? You know, you've been watching their shows for years, and if you play your cards right, you can be the character that you used to look up to as a child. And I think that's really cool. I love Disney, and that's my presentation. Here are the references. Anybody got any questions?